Stop practicing licks! Hey Guitar Champion, what's going on? Justin Hornbach here, back from my practice cave, and welcome to today's video. A few weeks ago I went to a masterclass, a workshop from a kind of pretty famous modern fusion guitar player. And I was sitting there in the audience together with other people, and one of these people was asking him a question. Hey, can you show me a lick that will solve my hand synchronization problems? And immediately as this question was asked, I was like, oh no. And then the person on the stage, the master of that workshop, he gave him a lick that will solve his hand synchronization problems. And I was even more like, oh no. I bet with you, this rare Ibanez guitar here, that the person who asked this question, everybody else in the audience, didn't get his hand synchronization problem solved with this lick. A lot of people are obsessed with licks. And I was it as well, and I can see it clearly because, I mean, my videos about licks, they are performing really well, really good. But why is this obsession a problem, and what is the correct approach to learn a lick? We will find out in today's video, but before we are getting into that, we have to find out what are actually the purpose of licks. Licks are the vocabulary of music, and we have to see licks like this in the first place. I mean, certain licks demonstrates pretty well a technical issue, a technical problem. This is a cool side effect, but it shouldn't be the main reason why we learn this kind of lick. When I want to break into a new kind of music genre, a new kind of player, I learn licks first. Either I search on YouTube for, I don't know, 5 gypsy licks in the style of Django Reinhardt, or 10 technical death reggae sweep licks, or, and this is still the most efficient and best approach to learn a lick, I transcribe it by ear. And here we have to be a little bit carefully, because not only transcribing that lick, but also of course learning that lick. Learning that lick up to the point where you can play it together with the recording and you can tell apart if you are now playing the lick or the guy of the original recording. I once had a book where I transcribed so many lines and so many licks during my time at Jazz University, but I never really learned them. And I can't remember a single lick from that book that I've transcribed in that time. And now my cat Ingvi has pissed on that book, and now I had to throw it away. So all of the work gone. And this leads me to a problem, the problem with licks. Let me show you something. This book here, Jazz Licks, is also in the scene called the Jazz or the Bebop Bible. Here we have 300 pages with 7 licks per page. And this equals to 300 mal 7, around 2,000 licks in one book. Or this book here, Nikolai Sluminsky's The Sorrows of Scales and Melodic Patterns. Here we have 1,000 ideas and 1,000 licks and 1,000 musical concepts. Or I could go with you through my hard drive to all the videos from Jam Track Central, Lick Library, online courses from Rick Graham, from Tom Quayle, from all these kind of guys. But have I learned just even one lick out of all these sources? The problem is the extreme overflow with licks and the misconception and the mindset that certain licks will solve certain problems. Now let me see, for example, what happens when I search on YouTube for John Petrucci speed picking licks. Oh hey, that's me, and hey, that's me again, but here one video, hey Sam Bell, great guitar player. Another lick, another video, oh Andy James, classic, band, more licks. I mean, that was Kiko. Licks, videos, exercises, videos, licks. You see, way too much to learn in a lifetime. And I don't want to blame all these content creators. You have seen, I do them as well. Those videos, they're fun to make, they perform quite well, and of course they have a purpose. But often the way how the audience are approaching these licks, I don't want to blame them as well. I mean, here nobody is to blame. But we have to be careful with the message that we give out to you guys with all of these licks. But now, what is exactly the best approach to learn licks? Let me show you something. This book here, Jazz Licks, is also in the scene called the Jazz or the Bebop Bible. Here we have But have I learned just even one lick out of all these sources? Yes. And this is why every purchase, doesn't matter if 10 bucks or 100 bucks, because this book here is quite rare and it cost me like around 100 bucks, was definitely worth it. From this book here, I've learned one of my all-time favorite 251 bebop licks. From this book here, I've learned one of my favorite 12-tone concepts and 12-tone ideas and licks. But always one or maybe two licks. Now here I can tell a story from my own experience. I as well have, if you don't know it yet, certain online courses out there. For example, the ZEN of Speedpicking, my big masterclass about speed picking. Check the link in the description box. And sometimes students approach me like, hey, I'm now at chapter 10, but I will promise to you that I will only progress when I've learned all the licks from chapter 10. Chapter 10 are more than 20 licks, I believe. No! Don't do it like that. Learn one or two licks, maybe 3 licks, and then you have the right to progress and improve. Back to this book, for example. A friend of mine once told me like he wants to learn 1 lick every week. Does he ever learn the lick? I don't believe so. I use this kind of book nowadays more as a dictionary, where I just open it up, see a cool lick in C# minor, learning that lick in the right and correct way, closing down that book, throwing it behind me, and then moving on. The most important thing is that you take your time with these licks. At least 2 weeks, maybe 4, depending on your level and on your experience. Maximum 6 weeks, and then continue to the next lick. Get really deep into that lick, really understand it on a musical point of view. Try to play this lick in different scales, in different finger shapes, with different subdivisions. Try to use this lick to solve different technical problems. I'm going to talk about that in 1 minute, but really dig deep into that lick. This is the correct and the best way to approach licks. It will take more time, yes, but like Bruce Lee said, I'm more afraid of somebody who has practiced 1 kick 1,000 times instead of somebody who practiced 1,000 kicks only 1 time. And now to the biggest lie in guitar education. There is no lick that will solve your speed problems, your hand synchronization problems, that makes you less sloppy, that helps you with pick control and whatnot. Every lick does. It is not important what you are practicing, it is important how you are practicing. There are licks that are designed a little bit more for certain problems, but all of these concepts and ideas behind those licks won't help if you're not practicing them in the right way. For example, compare this to sport. People are often searching for that one exercise that will give you abs, that one exercise that will grow your biceps and your triceps more and more and more. But when you don't execute those exercises correctly and when you don't practice these exercises correctly,
I didn't do fucking shit!
Why should you practice a speed lick when you're not practicing at your speed limit, when you're still practicing it on 60 BPM and not on 120 BPM? Why are you practicing a lick designed for hand synchronization when you're not practicing your right and your left hand individually? These are the things that are more important, the way how we are practicing, and by that you don't need a lick for every technical issue or every technical problem. You can solve all these problems with just 1 lick, and whatever lick it is, every lick can help you with hand synchronization. Every lick can help you with speed when you are practicing it under the right conditions. And if you're interested in more ways how to practice a lick or how to practice in general, then check out this video where I explain my current practice routine, for example. And now the world of YouTube and internet is full with short answers, easy solutions, all of the stuff that goes fast, quick. Clickbaits everywhere. I mean, I do clickbaits as well. Clickbaits, they just work. Again, I don't want to blame the people who are doing this kind of content. And I don't want to blame you. But I want to give you the advice that you always have to work on your awareness about your playing. Know where your speed limit is. Know where certain licks sucks. Know where you are sloppy, where you do certain mistakes. With this kind of awareness, it's so much easier to have the right focus on the correct things when you are in that big jungle of learn this lick and get 20% faster. These 3 Petrucci licks saved my picking, and all these kind of videos. See licks from a different point of view, musically and technically. And with that, you can achieve so much out of 1 lick. It can take this time, but it's time to... What is your opinion on that? How do you feel these kind of things? I would love to know. If you want to support me, please check out the ZEN of Sweeping and the ZEN of Speed Picking. You can now get as a bundle. Check the link in the description box. Or support me on Patreon, where you can check out a 7-day free trial for the level 2 membership. If you like this little video, then feel free to subscribe. And I hope I'm going to see you in my next video. Cheers and power your progress. Bye.